with the arm head of technical issues of Prima, otherwise known as the Almanac, right, the latest video. Today we'll be showcasing you the Hanwha Wisenet X Series Anti-Vandal Dome. This is the 4K version, is available in a choice of other options from 2 megapixel all the way up to the 4K. This is the varifocal anti-vandal dome. Great thing about these products is if you're unsure what you're actually getting in the box, it tells you the barcode on the side, and if you look little cross reference on the side there, it tells you what functionality, how many frames per second, and everything it has. So it is an AI-based analytics with this product, so it does classification, so human, vehicle, object. It is NDA compliant, and many other cybersecurity policies, so it's very high on the cybersecurity profile. So it can be used in tons of different applications. This can be used part of the Wisenet series or part of the VMS platforms, such as Milestone. So what we're going to do, we're going to do a bit of an unboxing. Let me show you how powerful this little beauty is, and we can see how good the product is. Thank you, Hanwha, for sending me this. Let's open the box and go through it together. So let's unbox this together. Let's go through all the products in there. So firstly, you have the quick start guide in there. Then you have the template. You have all the accessories in there, so that will be your power, data, alarm input, even your Torx head, Allen key there. There's a speaker, microphone, and your alarm terminals. You open it up, and then you get the outer ring of the camera, and then the camera itself. Quite a hefty unit, very good build quality. Let's open it up. So the main body of the camera itself is made out of metal cast, and this outer ring is made of plastic to make it more aesthetic. So what we'll do, we'll get this opened up. Very nice little product, and then we can see what the innards are like. So there's the inside of the camera. Obviously there's the cable management through the base plate. This can be removed for fitting. Inside there we have our connectivity. So we have our network port, our power port, which is from our accessories kit, the slot for the micro SD card, which goes up to 512 gig, your audio port, a reset button, and also a USB connector in there. So what we'll do, we will get this mounted. As you can see, this is fully adjustable. It can be used in tons of different applications. They can be ceiling or wall mounted. So what we're going to do, we'll get this mounted up, get it online, and we'll show you some of the benefits and features of it. Great camera, great build quality. See you in a second. As you can see, we're now logged in via the web page of the Hanwha Vision camera. The model we're using is the XND-C9083RV. Also tells us the model top right hand and also the centre of the screen. In this product information tab, it gives us the ability to give the camera a device name, location and description. So for servicing, it makes life a lot easier for a large scale system. Let's go through some of the basic settings here. So in the video profile, we have the ability to see the camera resolution. So this is a 4K camera set at 30 frames per second. It has multiple compression rates, the H.264, H.265. So one of the key things of this camera, as it is using the Wisenet 5 high performance core technology processor, which is designed for image processing and transmission. If you utilize the H.265 and also the Wisestream functionality, it will give you up to 99% improvement over the traditional H.264 compression. So it gives you low bandwidth, high performance, great quality. So another great reason why you would want to use the Hanwha Vision products. So let's go through some of the basic settings here. So the video setup, as we've just seen, as you can see, there I am recording there. I can set up my privacy views if required, maybe mosaics or even a solid. That's quite generic. That's not what you've came here to see. So event tab, so we can create our event rules. So I'll show you this quite quickly. So event trigger, this can be done by multiple inputs, whether it be alarm input, classification, audio. Obviously these are all things this camera is more capable of doing. So whether it's an IV event, so we'll just use that for instance. So on IV event, I could want to trigger alarm output for the duration or always, for latching or pulsing. Send an email, that could be to alarm receiving center or to generate email. FTP, recording, audio clip. So if I had audio clips recorded on the audio output, you'd be able to broadcast that. Or handover. What handover is you could have several static cameras at a location that could then tell a PTZ to go to on a pan, a tour, a preset, and then the PTZ can then take over the recording, and the camera can then continue doing what it was doing. An MQTT, which is like a telemetry transmission, which is sort of like an IoT sort of thing. No doubt you'll see more and more of that happening. So, and it's a very powerful tool that will be utilised more and more going forward. This the Hanwha technology does have that built in as standard in the X series. For your handover settings, this is where you would set that up. Your analytics, obviously tons of analytics built into this, so whether it be shock detection. So the camera does have digital image stabilization. There's a built-in gyro in this, so if it's moving depending on location, it does have the ability for digital image stabilization to give you improved performance and improved image quality. The camera does have a really powerful sensor, so we're going to work in real low light applications. Also with the SSNR in the video settings. Video settings here. What is the camera setup? In the camera setup here, SSDR, so there's a digital noise reduction that can be used to improve your noise. So we've all seen that noise and like the waviness in an image. This camera can really reduce that noise and give you excellent image quality. Obviously you have your backlight performance, exposure, day and night modes, on-screen display, everything that you require to do your setup there, and even your IR settings. So if you need to adjust this accordingly, you can do so from this tab here. And as I said earlier, using H265 MyStream, this is where you would set that up. So if we go back to our analytics tab, so you have object detection. So with a powerful AI engine this camera does have, you can use it for object classification, whether that be person, face, vehicle, whatever it may be. I've used the IVA to do a virtual area. As you can see, this is the area I've set up. This is me in the field of view. As I move, it moves with me. I've set it up for person. I've unticked the vehicle, and the best thing about the vehicle category, it has further classification from bicycle to car, for motorcycle, truck, bus, tons of different classifications. The rule I've set up can be done for intrusion, again, enters, exit, appears, even for loitering, all done by this tab here. And again, with your event tab, you can then generate alarms accordingly. You have your exclude area, so if you had a public footpath, overgrown foliage, whatever it may be that would possibly impede on your field of view, have the ability to exclude an area so this area wouldn't generate an alarm for your intelligent analytics. As you can see, as I move in there, it moves with me, so it's really, really powerful. The camera does benefit from audio detection, but even more so has sound classification. So with the sound classification, there's ability for crashing or breaking glass, explosion, gunshot, and screaming. So it could be used in petrochemical, banking scenarios, retail, tons of different applications that could be used with this very powerful tool. Going back to retail, we have the ability for people counting and queue management. With the queue management, if you had a row of EPOS terminals, for instance, you could then set up each row and each category, and you have the ability then to adjust the level of detection. So for minimum and maximum people, you can adjust that from 1 to 50, from 2 to 50, sorry, and adjust that according to your requirements. And again, you can adjust the length of time the person's in there, and again, that could generate an alarm activation, an FTP event, an email to let someone know, or even an output, so that could trigger an audible or visual alarm to make you aware that assistance would be required at the tills. Another great feature is obviously the heat mapping. So currently the heat mapping is me as I'm centralising the field of view, and as soon as I'm moving around, the hot area is the highest movement, down to the blue area which is the lowest movement. So in a retail application, traditionally with a fisheye or a camera looking down an aisle, you could see where goods may need to be moved due to footfall. It's a great option to use for retail applications. You also have the open platform tab here. This camera, as I said in the beginning, the introduction, it can be used for license plate recognition. It's not an EMPR solution, but it's a license plate recognition. You could use an engine such as Vaxter, which would go into this open platform here, which would give you OCR, optical character recognition, which could then in essence turn this camera into an EMPR solution, but that is for another day. So I'm using this via the web page. Obviously you have the Wisenet Toolbox Plus, which is like an online tool to set these devices up. This camera can be used standalone, it can be used as part of the Wisenet recorders, or even part of the VMS platform. Really powerful tool, NDA compliant, as well as loads of other security policies that it does comply with, so you have no problems with this being on your network. Thank you very much for Hanwha for lending me this camera. If you want to go back to the analytics there, if you go back to IVA, if you see me there, go back to the virtual area. This is the area I've drawn. As I continue to move around in there, it will then generate alarms accordingly. And again, if I want to receive events from there, I can do so. So really powerful tool. The AI is really accurate. Really impressed with the performance of this camera. As I said again, thank you to Hanwha. NDA compliant, low compression on your network, so it won't cause any issues. Tons of cybersecurity policies, tons of applications. Thank you very much. Please like, share, subscribe. Real products, real people. A Prima. Thank you. Look forward to seeing you all again soon.